everybody, and welcome to In Spite of Fibromyalgia. I'm Jessica, and I'm so glad that you joined me today. I have been experiencing some crazy symptoms the past month and been in the process of healing that and feeling better. And I want to share with you today those symptoms. And it's also happening a lot within the support group that we have on Facebook. If you're not familiar with that, you can go to In Spite of Fibromyalgia support group on Facebook. I'll leave the link in the description below if you would like to join. But it is here lately a common question. Why am I feeling dizzy, extreme headache, eyes bulging, nausea, extreme fatigue? And I have also been experiencing some of those symptoms the past month. Quite honestly, it is because I really slacked off on my diet, my yoga, my meditation. This year has been a whirlwind, to say the least. And for some reason, I just stopped doing what I needed to do. So the past month, I've been feeling rather dizzy. If I'm out in the garden or cleaning up in the house, any bending over, squatting, and standing up, I was getting quite dizzy. And I just wasn't feeling myself. My brain felt floaty. I had a lot of brain fog going on. I wasn't sleeping very well, tossing and turning at night. And I just overall was feeling pretty sluggish. So if you're experiencing any of those symptoms, drop me a line below. I can relate, or you're not alone. That would be great. And hey, if you're new to the channel, please make sure you subscribe. Click the bell to get notified when new videos are released, and so that you can pop on and get even more information. It's also important to remember that I am not a medical professional. All I can do is share with you my experiences and what I have learned and done and implemented to feel better. So with that dizziness I was feeling, I started to get a little nervous. However, I thought, well, maybe I'm not hydrated. Maybe I'm not eating very well. The heat has really kicked in Georgia here. We've been having anywhere from 80 to 90 degree weather. The sun is beating down. I've been working in my garden. So I thought, well, maybe I'm just heat exhausted or something. So I drank more water, made sure that I would have a meal before I went outside and after I came in, and that just didn't seem to help at all. And it wasn't until I was in my garden and I stood up and everything went black and I was able to catch myself, thank goodness, because if I would have fallen out there by myself, there's tons of rocks out there that I could have easily hit my head on and really caused some damage. So that is when I went straight to my doctor. My chiropractor is my doctor. He is a full spectrum chiropractor, which means he covers the whole entire body. He does not just do alignments. He works with the whole body to heal. So I went to him and I told him that I thought my blood pressure was dropping. And he had me lay down. He checked my blood pressure, and indeed it was very low. Then he had me stand up to check it again, and it did go up, not to normal, but it went up. And he said, well, that's good, it went up, but you are having some fatigue in your adrenals, and we need to get this taken care of. So here are some things that he recommended me do. And these are things that I've done in the past, especially my supplements and my shakes. I do them often, but like I said, the past month, I've really been on doing what I need to do. So I started to really get the symptoms of not taking care of myself. The very first thing that he told me to do was go home and rest, to not push myself, to still get up and do normal things, but not to push, and to pace. So when I started doing my house chores or my outside work, I only worked for about 15 minutes, and then I would sit down and drink something. The other thing he said is hydrate, hydrate, hydrate. And he did recommend me start doing my Himalayan sea salt in water. I used to do this a lot, and I forgot about this trick until he told me about it again. And this has got a grinder on the top of it, and it's just pink Himalayan sea salt. And I add some to my water and drink that. And I also like to put mint in there. Because it gives that refreshing flavor. But he told me to hydrate. And the best way to judge on how much water you should drink is just half your body weight and half of your body weight is the amount of ounces you need to be drinking daily in water. So even though I'm a huge water drinker, I was also adding more caffeine into my diet with my coffee. And I really should just be sticking to either no coffee or just 1 cup a day, and drinking it at the right time. The next thing he said to do is, Jessica, you need to be eating more protein. Protein, 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 protein. And I know there's a lot of vegans out there and a lot of people who follow plant-based diets. And plant-based diets is just as good, if not better, for our systems. To get protein, there's lots of vegetables and fruits that you can get all your protein in. I personally love to do a protein shake in the morning. This is the brand I love, Isopure. You can find this GNC online. It's low carb, no sugar, 25 grams of protein. We can only really absorb 25 to 30 grams of protein at a time. So I love to take my bananas when they're super ripe on the counter, and put them in saran wrap and freeze them, and then cut them up and put them in my shakes in the morning. It gives me fiber. It gives me even more protein. It gives me good carbs as well. But I love my protein shake in the morning because it gives me a good boost. I also make sure that I get other proteins throughout the day, like fish, eggs. I eat red meat. I know a lot of people don't. Beans. There are so many fruits and vegetables and fishes and meats that give us good proteins. So I've really been focusing on getting a lot of protein in my diet throughout the day. The other thing that he suggested that I do is get back on some beneficial herbs to help my adrenals get even more of a boost and some healing. I personally like echinacea, rosehip, ashwagandha, astragalus. Please make sure you do your research before you add any of these herbs into your regimen. See if they will go with your medications or any kind of illnesses that you may have. If you have thyroid conditions, ashwagandha isn't for you. Astragalus is very safe for almost everyone. Rosehip, there's echinacea, and those are all immune boosters as well, so it'll definitely help your immune system. I also needed to get back to my yoga, but not my regular yoga. I needed to go back to restorative yoga. Do gentle stretches, calm my nervous system, calm my mind. This year has been a total whirlwind, and I needed some time to calm. So I got back to that, and I've just really been pacing myself and making sure that I make good choices in my food, getting fresh air, and finding time for my self-care regimen every single day. I know how important it is to take care of oneself, and when I am not doing my daily regimen to keep myself healthy, I see what can happen. I see it, and now I can recognize it and go get help for it and implement those things to feel better. I am feeling 1,000 times better, and so happy I am. But it is something that's coming up in the group a lot. Please make sure that you pace yourself, you make good choices in your food habits, hydrate. Fizzy drinks, sodas, pop, coffee. Please stay away from those. They are so hard on our body. But if you do drink coffee, like myself, just have 1 cup a day and do it after you eat something in the morning to set your glycemic index up for a happy day. I hope this helped. If you'd like to connect with me further, you can do so on Facebook at In Spite of Fibromyalgia. Please subscribe to the channel and click that bell to get notified when new videos are released in the series. And until next time, I'll see you later.